E96C. That's way too hard for me.
It means very hard, very bold.
E96C? It's something I'd never do.
Bloody hard and terrifying.
Very intense, very intimidating too.
E96C. Only God climbs that hard.
A grade just gives you some idea of where the climb stacks up relative to other climbs, so that when you go to try and climb the route, you know that you're taking on something which is within your grasp. Grades are trophies, I would say, the trophy that you take from any climb. To me, the thing that's amazing is to be at the crag and to climb the rock.
E96C, in climbing terms, nothing. E96C speaks of collecting, speaks of commodities, speaks of CVs and business. It speaks of climbers being paid to do a job. E96C is out there in the streets every night.
Johnny Dawes and Johnny Redhead. Johnny Redhead is the kind of traditionalist climber. Johnny Dawes is the sort of young radical that's come onto the scene, 10 years he's younger.
John Redhead, when I first came to Wales, was the climber that inspired me. And over a period of time, he developed a personal ethic of what you find satisfying to climb and how to climb it. And Indian Face was one climb which there's a great deal of competition to climb because it was the focal point and the zenith, really, of a whole type of climbing.
I'm an image maker that climbs. I've done my own thing and used climbing as a format, as I said, to a greater understanding of things. It's like I've never been anyone's hero. My God help them if I'm someone's hero. No, I'll let them down every time. Because as soon as you do something they don't understand, it's like you suddenly, whoa, bit of a weirdo.
Climbing rock to me is like food. And it's only when I haven't done it for a while and come back and do it that I realise that it is food. You feel like the rock's climbing you as much as you're climbing the rock. For one thing, you don't necessarily feel like you're moving up. You can just as easily feel like the rock's moving down.
These are Pete Seat's new routes books. Every climb made in Snowdonia is recorded. Johnny Dawes' first ascent of the Indian Face is recorded in here. He did it in 1986. He climbed without any top ropes at all, and it was graded E96C. That is spectacularly hard.
This is Cloggy. This is the Black Cliff. This is the Cauldron. You feel it here. You're way above all the shit down there in the streets. And it's manifestly there. It's a mast for the soul. It's very beautiful. It's very scary. It's the way it is. Life wasn't meant to be safe.
You spend hours and hours thinking about the climb. You remember the things that you've learned from abseiling down the climb, and you draw diagrams of how you're going to go about the climb. You have to sight down. You have to focus and let all the ripples of thoughts in your mind settle themselves down. So before you even start doing the climb, you have all the fear and all the pain of that climb is already accepted within you.
There's an initiation that one has to go to. I mean, you can't just climb the rock. And people do just climb the rock, and I think there's consequences to that. Sooner or later, someone's going to land themselves on a happy hold, which is going to take them out.
Cloggy is all about questions, about work shapes, spirits. It's about survival, motivation to survive. The realisation, especially on Cloggy, is that you can lift just one finger slightly and you've gone.
There's a three-finger configuration, Master's Wall. Trying to relax head on the rock. Realization, all you have to do is just to lift one finger and you're gone. A flake came away on the Indian face. On the brown, scathing scar, I painted the hunt. This is the shape. It is 90 feet up, acrylic on rock, and it depicts climbers in conflict. Two people have seen it. One is dead, the other has gone mad. What can I say?
Now, when he took the flake off, he then got acrylic paint, and he paints this thing's supposed to be like a Bayer hunting painting or something.
He ranted and raved about this painting on his route, and then I pulled the flake off. And, you know, I'm glad that he calmed down and scraped it off. I think Johnny had really set himself up for that one. I think he was feeling guilty about the style of ascent because they used shoddy tactics that I would associate with the sports climber.
Now, ethics changed, and I found that competition for the face and the amount that I wanted to do the route meant that I actually compromised my ethics to an extent, and I've sailed down the line and practiced it a great deal more than I would any other route.
I was attempting the route, not knowing that it could be climbed, in non-sticky boots and getting quite a long way up. I don't think that has been bettered historically.
The real shame is that John can't accept that other people are special too. John thinks he's special. Well, a lot of other people are special too, John. The accomplishment and its relevance in climbing has receded somewhat. Now I just look up at the face and just makes me feel a very happy person.
This is where I feel safe. This is where I feel alive. This is where I feel free. This is where my soul is. I'll always keep coming back. Down there, it's just all crazy. Up here, it's crystal clear. You know exactly where you are, and it's very safe.